In Hypixel Skyblock, there is an arm set that has caused havoc in the community ever since the day it was released. That's right, I'm talking about the Frozen Blaze armor set, which has been a rival with Necron's armor ever since they've been in the game together. In this video, I'll be going through the interesting history of these unique armor sets and discovering their secrets to determine which one is really better. It all began on the 18th of December 2019, when Frozen Blaze armor was added to the game. Frozen Blaze armor was even more powerful than Superior Dragon armor, which was the best armor at the time, and it would be regarded as one of the best or the best armor sets in the game for almost a whole year to come. Frozen Blaze armor wasn't cheap to craft, however, requiring Ice Collection 9 and millions of coins worth of materials to craft it. It also became a very expensive and hard to come by armor set, with only the extremely rich players being able to afford it on release. Frozen Blaze armor has been used for a number of unusual things involving its full set ability, which creates a radius of fire particles that deal damage to mobs that are too close. This, used in the right way and the right conditions, was a great way to make coins for early to mid-game players. One of the methods that involved the ability was called Broodmother AFKing. Let me explain. In the Spider's Den, there is a boss called the Broodmother, which spawns every hour. It doesn't now, but we'll get to that later. Anyways, every time the boss was killed, it would drop loot. One item that was guaranteed to drop every kill was called the Luxurious Spool. This was then used to apply the Silky Reforge to accessories, and because the Reforge was used a lot in the community and was hard to obtain, the Luxurious Spool became very expensive, meaning that AFKing the boss in Frozen Blaze armor was a very effective passive money making method. Similar to this, players also developed ways to incorporate the ability into AFKing Minions. Now, AFKing Minions was already a great way to boost the money your minions made, because if you had a pet enabled that made them work faster depending on its level, it would boost their speeds. By building a box, the player would be able to place all of their minions along the walls and then sit in the center wearing, you guessed it, Frozen Blaze armor. The ability would then kill all the mobs spawned by the minions. The reason why this was so effective was because not only could the player have a pet equipped, directly boosting the minion speeds, but by killing the mobs it would actually double the coins made. This is because spawning and killing mobs count as two separate actions performed by the minions, meaning all the minions have to do in this situation is spawn the mobs, and since they don't have to kill them as the Frozen Blaze armor takes care of that, the minions are able to spawn twice as many mobs, making twice as many coins. Frozen Blaze armor was not only great for methods like these, but the armor set was also insane for damage and EHP. This is because the Blaze pet, which when equipped doubles all stats of Hot Potato Books and Fuming Potato Books and increases the stats on Frozen Blaze armor by a whopping 40%. With the help of this pet, Frozen Blaze armor rose to become one of the best armor sets in the entire game, and would remain that way for almost a whole year. 17th of November 2020. The final floor of the Catacombs was released, and with it, Wither armor. This armor, once obtained, could then be crafted into one of 4 different sets: Goldor, Maxor, Storm, and most importantly, Necron armor. Many endgame players rushed to complete this challenging floor and obtain this armor. And as more and more people got their hands on this new armor, more and more people realized how broken it actually was. Not only was it cracked for damage, but all Wither sets shared a full set ability. Every 30 seconds, a Wither minion would spawn by your side and rotate around the player until it hit a mob. Once it hit a mob, it would then explode, killing every mob in a certain radius. However, unlike Frozen Blaze armor, there was no particular pet that was made for this armor set, meaning you could have any pet you wanted. For example, if you were struggling to survive in the catacombs, you could use a baby Yeti pet, or if you wanted to deal more damage, you could use an Ender Dragon pet. This enabled more people to come up with many different kinds of setups to use throughout the game. And just to make everything worse for the Frozen Blaze armor, the Broodmother has now been changed so that it spawns 6 times more often, and upon killing Arachne, which is the new spider boss that was added to the Spider's Den, you have a chance to drop the Luxurious Spool as well. This effectively destroyed the AFK method I mentioned earlier, as the prices of the Reforged Stone crashed tremendously from being worth a few 100,000 coins to now only a few coins. Now, with an ability just like Frozen Blaze armor and having the freedom of being able to use any pet you desire, Necron's armor had now gained the community's full interest and attention, and the once legendary Frozen Blaze armor was quickly forgotten. Now both of these armor sets still remain in the game today and have not had any changes made. This led to some players wondering which was really better. There are many comparisons between these armor sets on the Hypixel forums and YouTube, but the video that stood out the most to me was Nuclearfuel's video. Nuclearfuel is a very experienced and knowledgeable dungeon player who is widely respected in the Skyblock community. In his in-depth video comparing Necron and Frozen Blaze armor, it has shown that Frozen Blaze armor was slightly better overall, unless you are using a specific pet with the Necron armor, and was definitely worth it money-wise. However, this hasn't stopped players arguing over which set is better, and it looks like the community will be divided like this for many years to come. Don't get me wrong, but some people just like the armor because of its color, or little things like the extra bit of speed it gives you in dungeons. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one players prefer, as it really just comes down to opinion. So let me know, which one do you like and why? And as always, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe. See ya!